Coming up with new ideas can be challenging, but what can be even more challenging is knowing how to assess new ideas quickly so that you can focus your energy on the ideas that have the best potential and probability for success. Sorting through new ideas can be daunting, so more often than not, the best new ideas are born and die on the same piece of flip chart paper. Let's explore a better way to assess ideas, one that ensures that all the right thinking has taken place to make a sound decision, but at the same time, let's make this decision quick enough to make sense in our fast-paced environment. The concept reality exercise is based on the 6 thinking hats methodology created by Dr. Edward de Bono. If you haven't watched the previous video introducing 6 hats, I recommend checking that out first. Now that you've been introduced to the 6 thinking hats, let's take a look at how they can be used to quickly evaluate a new idea and determine whether or not to pursue, disqualify, or defer. This is a time sequence, so get out your stopwatch and stay on task with the sequence of thinking hats. Start with blue hat for 1 minute. The host plays the role of blue hat. Now we're going to discuss the idea of ... Does anyone need clarifications? Do we all know what this means, or are there any questions? Next, white hat, 1 minute. Use this minute to quickly discuss the information and data related to this idea. What do we know? What do we need to know? Where can we get the information we need? Move on to yellow hat for 1 minute. Use this minute to itemize and briefly discuss the positive aspects of this idea. What are the benefits? What works about this? What are the potential positive outcomes? Now black hat for 1 minute. This is the minute to itemize the watchouts and potential hurdles. What doesn't work about this? This is not the time to discuss how to solve the issues, but to itemize and acknowledge the potential difficulties. Now go on to green hat for 1 minute. Remember, this is the hat of creativity. Use the minute to quickly come up with ideas on how to accomplish this. What are some of the initial ideas to leverage the positives you discussed in yellow hat? What are some of the ways to overcome the challenges you identified in the black hat? The goal here is quick, creative thinking, not in-depth analysis. Next is the gut check. Spend 15 seconds in red hat. Go around the room and give everyone the opportunity to give their quick, 1-sentence gut reaction. Look for things like love it, hate it, sounds exciting, makes sense to me, makes me really nervous. Whatever it is, everyone gets a chance to weigh in based on their emotional response. Next, it's time for a decision. Give the team 1 minute in blue hat. The host or facilitator should help guide the team to a decision. Do we pursue this? Do we disqualify this? Or do we defer for now, but should keep in mind for the future? Walk through what you've captured in all the hats. So let's say you look at your idea and say, okay, we have a lot of information that we know. There are some things we don't know, but nothing too hard to get. There are a lot of positives about this, a lot of potential benefits. Yeah, there are a few watch-outs, but I think we've already come up with a few ideas to overcome them. And most of us feel pretty good about this. This is a good candidate to pursue, or at least to invest further energy in exploration and planning. Now let's look at the opposite. There's a lot of need to knows. There are a lot of cautions and some big hurdles. The general gut check is not so positive. This could be a good candidate to disqualify or defer for later consideration. If your decision is to further pursue, then add 1 minute to the clock and stay in blue hat. Start pulling together some initial action items and assigning them to team members to get the ball rolling. Hint, look at your white hat. What did you put down as need-to-know data and information? Getting the needed information can be a first action item determined and assigned. So, in under 7 minutes, your team has made a decision on a new idea. You have made this decision based on looking at it from all key angles, from information to caution to gut reaction. You can feel more confident that you are investing your energy in the right new idea. You may disqualify something later, or you may bring something back up for future consideration. But in a short time, you can sift through several ideas to determine the best ones. Attached in this section of the website is a concept reality worksheet that you can use as a tool to complete this quick but thorough assessment. You can use it as an individual or in your next team meeting to make better, faster decisions and use meeting time more effectively. Stick to the hats, stay disciplined in your thinking, and you will see what can be accomplished.